While we're here, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to make sure it's connected to the right YouTube account. Maybe it's not. While we're here, I'm watching. I'm going to make sure it's connected to the right YouTube account. Surely is. Okay, well, here we go, guys. Thank you all for being here. Let me hit the record button here. Great. Welcome back to our Friday afternoon meditation workshop. The purpose of the workshop is to remind you, just be a steady reminder that we're here every Friday afternoon. So no matter what happened during the week, how well you did or how crazy it was, you're doing just fine. And if you're here, you're winning. Just showing up means you're winning. Plugging in means you're winning. And what do I mean by winning? When we come to to this meditation workshop, or really the goal of our collective is ascension, meditation and ascension. You're really walking into a space. You ever see those? I don't really know where I could point you to it or even find it on the internet, but it's like a circle, and it has like a city on one side, and then when you turn it over, there's like an alternate city, an alternate universe on the other side, and you just keep turning it over. Well, we live in this three-dimensional world, but when we're here, at least for an hour a week, we're going to flip our perspective and we're going to enter into our inner world. And this inner world is a world of peace, balance, harmony, where all good things already exist. We're healthy. We've got everything we want in this inner world. We already have everything, so we really don't need anything. In the third dimensional world, we constantly need stuff. We need to be different. We need to move. We need to stand up. We need to do. In the inner world, it's the opposite. We don't really need anything. So I want you to realize that whatever you, and I encourage you to continue your personal meditation practice. Work hard at that, right? Make sure that you're meditating every day. I'm not going to back off and say it's okay not to. You should be meditating every morning and every night. At some point, you get to the point where it's no longer about meditation. You've transformed yourself into a more of an inner type of a being. So you're more aware of the inner space more often throughout the day. Meditation is still important. The habit is still important, but it becomes about more than just the actual physical act of meditation. In the beginning, well, let's talk about it this way. In order to create any new habit, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to take massive action in the beginning. You've got to disrupt everything and just focus on this one new habit really intensely. Let's use the example of, you want to learn how to play tennis, right? You got to go out on the tennis court every day, hit balls, really learn, work on it, work on it, work on it. Be really intense about it for a few weeks. And also in the background, so that's one way to build the habit. But the second way is just as important. You also need to create long-term connection. So it's not okay to just go play tennis really hard for 3 days. You got to go back once a week, twice a week over a long period of time. So developing a habit is massive action to create the habit in the beginning. Like, I'm really focused on my meditation. I've got to meditate tonight, where the meditation, the time you spend, the act, the habit is the most important thing. Not what you get out of the meditation. That'll come when it comes. But most importantly is to be very aggressive and be intentional about meditating on creating a new habit, a regular habit. That's one aspect of the energy. But the other aspect is also required. You also have to have a more laid back, relaxed, long-term approach. That's the way to create a new habit. Work at it really hard, immerse yourself in it, learn everything you can about it, kind of shake up your mind and, overload your mind and your brain about this new habit, and then make sure that you're doing it consistently and steadily over a long period of time. So we've been doing this meditation workshop, I'm going to say probably for about 4 months, certainly since October, maybe even before that. So we've been doing this Friday afternoon. So this is the long-term piece of it. And even if you only plug in once a week, that's good, because over the long term, that means you're at least for an hour a week inverting your thought process, and you're connecting to your inner world. And it's really important. Like, the content of the meditation is not as important. What's really important about meditating is you're taking a few minutes every day to flip the world and go inside and start to explore, become more comfortable, get muscle memory about what it's like to be in your inner world. And again, in your inner world, you have everything, so you need nothing. There's no need to prove anything to anybody. There's no need to convince anybody. It's just your own inner work, clearing space, rising and falling the energy, just flipping your mental perspectives to a higher dimensional way of thinking. So when you're here, just know that this is not, not just an hour long thing. We're not just meditating just to say we did it. We're meditating to recondition our body, recondition our being, literally recondition our thinking, our cellular structure, everything over the long term. Immediately, a lot of hard work, a lot of attention to it, a lot of intensity in the beginning, and you can stay intense as long as you want, but also a long-term habit. Now, that just so also happens to be the way that we can use in the cycle of mind. I talk about, how to create changes by creating new habits, work really intensely, and then maintain that habit over a long period of time. When we talk about higher dimensional manifestation, like seventh dimensional magnetic manifestation, there are two patterns of that energy. One is the immediate intensity, the repetition, and the other is staying in that state for a longer period of time. And again, when we go, and we'll talk about this on Tuesday night at our Ascension workshop, when we go in even deeper to the ninth dimension, same thing. Really get intense about it for until you start to feel it, and then maintain that connection for a long period of time. Funny thing also, money itself is a magnetic entity. Money itself follows these exact same laws. You have to scoop money up every week. You got to go find it, make it, bring it back every week. That's the intensity part. And then you also have to take this money that you're making and take just a little bit of it and plant it and seed over the long time. So you can't just be a long-term thinker. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pay the rent. You got to go out and make the money. You have to take this constant action every day, every week, every month. You got to repeat all this stuff. It's two things you have to do, and seed the money for the long term. If you only seed the money for the well, rich people can do that because they don't need to actively go out every day and make money. So wealthy people can seed their money and become uber wealthy over a long period of time, by compounding. People who don't have money have to go out, but most 95% of people who go out and make money don't save any of it. So they're only using one aspect of the energy. They're just gathering it up, gobbling it up, and putting it in their bank account. They're not really saving it over the long term. So these forces, the vibrational force of mind, the magnetic force of pulsation in the seventh dimension, and the blissful forces in the ninth dimension that we'll talk about on Tuesday night, two sets of actions, a very intense and intentional and repetitious, and also settling in for the long term. So that's what we're doing here with this meditation workshop. On Tuesday night, I thought we had a really I introduced this book, The Radiant Sutras, and I don't know if that's mirrored for you or you can read it. It's mirrored for me, but it says The Radiant Sutras, and in that book. This book is a dialogue between Shiva and Shakti, between the highest dimensional powers, the source of the universe. And Shakti says, please tell me about the universe. Tell me about tell me about my life. Tell me about all these energies that are flowing through me. And Shiva says, my beloved, absolutely, I'll explain it to you. And he goes on and gives 112 meditations. So what I did on Tuesday night is I kind of just read through them. What I want to do tonight is I want to share a few of these meditations and just actually go deeper into the meditation and allow you 3 or 4 minutes to percolate these Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, or what he calls the Radiant Sutra, the 112 meditations. So with your permission, I would like to start with some of the. Now, one of the things I noticed as I read them to you and went back and looked at them myself afterwards and today preparing for this, I noticed that a lot of these meditations are emptiness meditations. Emptiness meditations. And I just want you to be aware of that. So there's a state of mind that these tantrics encourage us to get into, which is a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of spaciousness, no longer attached to the very limited vision that we have, the very limited senses that we perceive life, but to begin to open up our senses and perceive life, perceive the reality, perceive these higher dimensions as a spaciousness. So let me read you some of those meditations that fall under that guideline of spaciousness or emptiness. All right, so let's begin. If you're in a spot where you can close your eyes, just release all tension and stress from your face, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Just feel a sense of relaxation. Just take control and descend into your whole body. Notice your awareness might still be projecting outward. Very subtle shift. Reverse your awareness to inside your being. And once you're captured your awareness on the inside, this is called your inner sight. I want you to sink your attention within your being deeper and deeper and deeper. The analogy being like a rock sinking down into the ocean. Your attention goes deeper and deeper and deeper within. I want you to imagine what it would feel like if you were twice as relaxed as you are now. I want you to imagine again what it would feel like if you were twice again as relaxed as you are now. The dividing wall of skin. Imagine this as merely a screen within which there is nothing. Meditating in this way, one may imagine the vast emptiness of Shiva, which is beyond contemplation. The last construct is gone. The dividing wall of skin, imagine as merely a screen within which there is nothing. Meditating in this way, one may imagine the vast emptiness of Shiva, which is beyond contemplation. The last construct is gone. Contemplate the space above, the space below, and the space in the heart, simultaneously free of all thoughts. In this way, undivided awareness arises. Contemplate the space above, the space below, and the space in the heart, simultaneously free of all thoughts. In this way, undivided awareness arises. Feel the sky inside one's body, in all directions and all at once. Feel the sky in your body in all directions and all at once. With undivided attention, the mind dissolves in the spacious void. Wherever your awareness comes to rest, whether space, a wall, a vessel, let your awareness completely dissolve into it. So in this case, our awareness is in our inner sight. Wherever one's awareness comes to rest, let your awareness dissolve into it and enjoy the feeling and expansion of pure consciousness. With your awareness inside your own being, let your awareness completely dissolve into that and enjoy the expansion of pure consciousness. Contemplate that your entire body, indeed the whole world, is nothing but awareness. Contemplate that your entire body, indeed the whole world, is nothing but awareness. Seeing this truth all at once brings the supreme dawning of awakening and liberation. Learn to fix your attention inward for longer and longer periods of time. This is just me talking about this. Fix your awareness inward for longer and longer periods of time. At first, your mind will want to flip around, but try to maintain that awareness. Grab onto it and let it sink deeper for longer and longer periods of time. During the day, when releasing awareness of one thing or one thought, do not hurry to move on to the next. In the middle is your center, and deeper concentration there brings forth the realization of your essence. During the day, when you release awareness of one thing or one thought, do not hurry to move on to the next, because in the middle is your center, and deeper concentration there brings forth the realization of your essence. The next major theme in these tantric meditations, again, this is a book of 112 meditations, and the saying goes that if you just meditate on any one of these deeply and deeply for a long period of time, you become awakened. The next, so emptiness, nothingness, expansiveness, removing boundaries, that's one really important theme of meditations in this book. The other major theme, or another major theme, is this central channel and the chakras and the energy that's flowing through your body. Let your attention glide through the centers of awareness along the spine with adoring intent. Let your attention glide through the centers of awareness along the spine with adoring intent. There is a song to each area of the body. Find the harmonies that are emanating from the circulation of life energies. Let your attention glide through the centers of awareness along the spine with adoring intent. There is a song to each area of the body. Find the harmonies emanating from the circulation of life energies. That one's resonating with me. I'm going to repeat it. Let your attention glide through the centers of awareness along the spine with adoring intent. So as you reach each area, savor it, adore it, experience it. There is a song to each area of the body. Find the harmonies emanating from the circulation of life energies. Let your attention glide through the centers of awareness along the spine with adoring intent. There is a song to each one. Find the harmonies emanating from the circulation of life energies. This is another one. Imagine the Shakti, that's the life energy. Imagine the Shakti rising like a streak of lightning from one subtle chakra to the next in succession. When she reaches the uppermost center, 3/5 above the crown, there comes the great dawn of liberation and abundance. Imagine the Shakti rising like a streak of lightning from one subtle chakra to the next in succession. When she reaches the uppermost center, 3/5 above the crown, there comes the great dawn of liberation and prosperity. Experience the space below you as offering no support. You are suspended, floating in space. You suddenly become free of all binding dispositions. The thought constructs of the mind gone, they cease to be a reservoir of old mental dispositions. Another central theme in these 112 meditations is this idea of savoring life, like savoring each small experience. When you feel great joy, great sadness, or great anger, meditate on that feeling, savor it, dissolve into it, merge and become one with it. So they're not saying that negative feelings are bad or happy feelings are bad. Instead, just enjoy life. The theme from this book, the theme from Tantric enlightenment teachings is to be present in life, to experience everything, almost like a child. You know, the first time you go to the store every day, but the first time a little kid goes to the store, their eyes are open, they see everything, all the sights, the smells, the people moving around. We just are blind to that. And this teaching says, no, you want to enjoy life, embrace every feeling, happiness, sadness, pain, suffering, joy, ecstatic, sexual union. Just enjoy the fact that you're here. This is essentially, this is the main reason you're here, is to experience these range of feelings and emotions, to experience these things and use those experiences not as judging this one's bad, that one's good, I should have done that, I was happy for too long, I've been depressed for, judging people on there. No, just to enjoy the emotions, let them ripple, like flood through your body and experience it, like embrace life. I said in the, I don't know how many of you read when I put up the Tuesday night thing, I said, like, this is the message, like, just realize, just take a breath and just realize how healthy you are. This amazing miracle machine. We could say it, everyone understands, yeah, the body's a miracle, but experience that. Like, now's the time to experience this. Experience this incredible machine that you have. It's incomprehensibly complicated and complex. Nobody could have created such a thing, and yet here we are. And just enjoy this, like throughout the day, realize that there are energies flowing all around through you, through other things, and all of that energy is meant to be sensed and enjoyed. And it all is everything that we're just blind to all of our experiences. We just muddle through life with, looking down at the lowest level of vibration. And this is saying, stop doing that. Start realizing that you are all of this. And then there's another main goal in these meditations. Give me a second to find them. All around you in every moment, the world offers a feast for your senses. Songs are playing, food is on the table, fragrances are in the air, colors fill the eyes with light. You who long for union, attend this banquet with loving focus. The outer and inner worlds open to each other. Right here in the midst of it all, become one with it all. Become identical with the ecstatic essence that embraces both inner and outer world. The entire sky, as Bhairava, dissolves in your head. The entire sky dissolves in your head. You become completely permeated with the radiant energy that is creation. Meditate on the nature of the sky, unbounded and unconcealed in all directions, as identical to the nature of your being. Then the power of awareness, which like the sky needs no external support, reveals your true nature. Meditate on the nature of the sky, unbounded and unconcealed in all directions, as identical to the nature of your being. Then the power of awareness, which is like the sky, needs no external support and reveals your true nature. Here's another one about just again, a reminder when you're experiencing something to immerse yourself into that experience. When a desire arises, One should focus the mind on the energy of that desire as an essential energy of self. When a desire arises, focus the mind on the energy of that desire as an essential energy of the self. Then comes understanding of the true nature of reality. And then the third main theme is this idea of we are all this vibration of source, that we, me, you, all of us, the air that's in between us, the electrons that are going, through the wires, all of this is the vibration of source. The heart of the universe pulses in all hearts. That same awareness is present in all bodies. There is no difference in it anywhere. Realizing that everything in essence is that same consciousness overcomes the false appearance of worldly existence. The heart of the universe pulses in all hearts. That same awareness is present in all bodies. There is no difference in it anywhere. And realizing that everything in essence is that same consciousness helps overcome the false appearance of worldly existence. Let go of attachment to your body. Contemplate on the idea, I am everywhere. Contemplate with firm mind and undistracted vision, then feel the bliss. Let go of the attachment to your body. Contemplate, I am everywhere, with firm mind and undistracted vision. Now feel the bliss. Cultivate the felt experience that the consciousness in the body of others is the same as your own. Repeating that. Cultivate the felt experience that the consciousness in the body of others is the same as your own. Releasing the restrictions of your own body, you experience all pervasiveness in a matter of days. Cultivate the felt experience that the consciousness in the body of others is the same as your own. Releasing the restrictions of your own body, you experience all pervasiveness in a matter of days. There is only one doer, infinite awareness, Shiva. You are both the conduit for this infinite power and the infinite power itself. Full power, full knowledge, full possibility, full experience, full light. There is only one doer, infinite awareness, Shiva. You are both the conduit for this power and the power itself. Full power, full knowledge, full possibility, full experience, full light. All knowledge is without cause or objective basis, simply a confused swirl of mental energy. Sense this truth directly. Anchor yourself in stillness, and one becomes Shiva. I am Bhairava. With my radiant light, I make the whole universe reflect with awareness, and I fill each space with light and awareness. I am every manifestation. I am Bhairava. With my radiant light, I make the whole universe reflect with awareness, and I fill each space with light and awareness. I am every manifestation. Well, you can tell that I absolutely love this book. It is a companion to me, and I must also say it's not fair too. You'll buy the book, but you won't read the same meditations that I've done, because in all of these books, I don't know if you could see it, but I've got like notes and underlines on every page. I've looked at multiple versions of the translation. Um, I've X'd out the ones I don't like. I've really, I've absorbed this book over the last couple of years. And again, this is a path. Um, and if we lived in Kashmir 1,000 years ago, we surely, at least I myself, would be very much attracted to these teachings and would have been a part of these teachings. But now these teachings still exist, but they're only one track. And they're a beautiful track of higher dimensional understanding, higher dimensional awareness, stillness, and alignment. All of the, realizing that, okay, we have thoughts, but also recognizing that those thoughts are just a mental swirling cloud of mental energy. That's not who you are. It's not who we are. They're just a swirling cloud of mental energy. But when we can eliminate those thoughts, and again, there's no criticism in this tradition. There's no right or wrong. There's no saying you're doing it wrong. Quite the opposite. Whatever you're experiencing, enjoy it, embrace it, learn from it. Let these emotions. I got really angry. I haven't gotten really angry in a couple of weeks or months, but it was a couple of months ago, and I got really upset about something with a company that wouldn't give me a refund or something like that. And I got really upset, and I literally remembered this. Like when you feel that anger, don't cut it off. Just let it flow and feel it like, rippling through every cell of my body. Feel that anger. Allow it to happen. It's part of who you are. It's part of who I am. It's part of the experience. And it's such a beautiful tradition. And I just want to make sure that, inside the collective, that this is one of the traditions that we are certainly going to highlight and preserve. And it's really important in my mind that this wisdom be preserved. And you don't have to be a tantric. There are groups that are forming now, which are tantrikas or whatever they're called, tantric groups. There's a word for it. A kula, that's the word. A kula is like a community. And I'm aware of these groups, and I was in one, weekly Facebook meeting. It was a couple of years ago, where we would spend a whole hour just talking about one little thing and just feeling it, expressing it, thinking about it, talking about it. This is an endless pool of meditative experience and expansion. So let's use the rest of our time. I'd really like to hear from some of you how your meditation practice is going. Good, bad, struggling. I really would like to hear it. And I think simply by, declaring that I'm going to be more consistent with my meditation, simply declaring that will help you. So go ahead, anyone who wants to jump in.
Hi, it's
Hey,
Jane.
hey, Jane.
Um, I started recently, I don't know if I told you this last week, doing some breathing exercises before I do meditation on time, days when I've got more time. And I found that really helpful. So I do a thing it's on YouTube and it's called Breathe with Sandy. His breathing techniques for me are amazing. I used to do the Wim Hof. but now I do these. And I just feel that I then, when I finish the breathing, I just switch straight into the meditation and just I'm there for as long as I can be.
Yeah,
I,
that's called stacking. You're stacking two things together.
okay.
Now that you have those two things together, you can
Uh,
stack more things like stretching
yeah.
or, spinal stretch or, anything,
I usually
fascia
do
stretching.
yoga before. I do a yoga, 10, 20 minutes yoga, breathing, meditation.
Yeah, that's a
Mm.
great stack. Yeah, and if you can do that on a consistent basis,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Really feeling a difference. It's been, yeah, enjoy that.
hmm Thank you for sharing. And I know, like I'm a regular person, right? I know that maintaining a meditation habit isn't easy. And let me also share with you something else too. I've mentioned this before. I want to mention it again because I think it's important. At least starting to understand things a little bit differently.
Mhm.
When you I want to talk about hypnosis, right? When you are hypnotized, you are asleep, you're unconscious, so you're not aware of what's happening. But what's happening is you're rising effectively out of your body. And the voice of the hypnotist can now take you on a journey to other realities. He
Uh-huh.
can say, the hypnotist can say, okay, you are, a king from 1,000 years ago. And all of a sudden you stand up straight. You literally are in that timeline. Or it says, it moves you over here and says, you're a dog, bark like a dog. And you become that, like you embrace that reality. The truth is that our consciousness is independent of the body, but the only voice we listen to is in the body. So this is why I like guided meditations,
Mhm.
because in guided meditations, we can take you into different places. But here's the payoff, okay? You can't really, well, you could hypnotize yourself, I suppose. But what we really want to do is we want to move you not only out of your body, but we want to rise you to higher dimensional experiences, higher dimensional vibrations, higher dimensional awareness, higher dimensional physical experiences, experiencing the energy in your body, experiencing the light in your body, experiencing the magnetic flow that's in your body. And it's hard to do this if you're the voice and you're trying to get yourself. This is why guided meditations are important. But what's really important to understand is you want to pull yourself out of your consciousness, which you can do in a few seconds by yourself. Separate your body, you look down, look at that guy's not going to move. He's just waiting for my command. So, even when we meditate with our eyes closed, we've really separated ourselves from body. But here's the point. The collective is this voice that's now rising you up. Without this voice to pull you up, this is why plugging in is so important. And you are plugging in, so you're doing great. This is why plugging in on a regular basis is important, because without this higher voice, you're just trying to like elevate yourself from down here. And it's very
Mhm.
difficult to do. You got to rise yourself out of your body and then allow yourself to be pulled up to higher dimensions. So it's not hypnosis in the sense that you're unconscious. It's awareness, pulling your awareness out of your body, but then latching on, like we just did to these beautiful meditations, latching on to higher teachings that pull you up,
Mhm.
that pull you up into higher timelines, higher realities, higher vibrational states, higher energies, higher, purer, closer to source, all that stuff. So it's really a two-step process. The first is just to relax and meditate, but then what do you do? Right? Okay, if it's a guided meditation, that's great because then you can follow the voice and you go to all these different places. But what we really want is we want to we want to embody seventh dimensional magnetism. We want to embody ninth dimensional bliss and zzz, that energy of expansions. You want to embody that. Well, you can't describe that from down here. So you need a teacher or a voice that can oh, okay, I don't have to always focus down there. I can focus up here. Even if it's only for an hour a week, you've opened the world, you've opened the door to these higher teachings, even however wide you want to open the door. An hour a week, the door is open. Plug into the chat, plug into the posts, watch the replays. The door is open, 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 wider and wider. And now these teachings can begin to percolate inside you, recondition you over a long period of time, recondition your cellular structure, your tension, yeah, all that emotional body, all those knots you start to transform yourself into a higher vibrational being. Very difficult to do by yourself. It's also difficult to do just by reading a book like this. Just reading this book one time. There's hundreds of books like this, but reading this book, it's also hard because you're just reading it. You really need a teacher, a group, a reminder, a video that, oh, I get it. Yeah, I relax, pull myself out of this physical limitation, and now look at this, embracing, embodying these higher dimensional versions of yourself. And I don't even say a version of yourself. It's a higher dimensional aspect of yourself. It was always there, but now we're going to experience it, lean into it, embrace it, just like a child, seeing a new thing for the first time. Just enjoy the whole thing. Every little experience, every sight, every sound, every difficulty. Man, I lost my train of thought. Why? Embrace that. That's okay. And there's no criticism. It's all a long process of morphing yourself, transforming yourself into a softer, less dense, clearer, higher vibrational version of yourself. And you don't have to give up your day job. You don't have to give up your family. You don't have to go live on a mountain to do this. As long as you're willing to stay in this for the long term, it all will come to you in time. And of course, the benefits, just like when you put a little money away, it starts to compound, and 40 years from now, it's worth a fortune. It's the same thing with this work. You don't really see any benefits for the first couple of days, weeks, months, but all of a sudden, those wider experiences, those higher experiences start to manifest, and it starts to become, you start to make more and more progress every day, every week, every month. So in the beginning, you're just still frustrated because I forgot to meditate. Your mind's down here on the habit, just building the habit. But if you really do that work and then you stay with it for a long term, the benefits start to compound. So months from now, like, whoa, big improvements. Right now, maybe little improvements, bigger improvements coming, really big improvements coming. And there's no end to it. That's the point. There's no end to this journey. Higher understanding gives you higher experiences. Higher experiences give you higher understanding, which gives you even higher experiences, even higher understanding. There's no end to the journey and the progression. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey. It's a great process. And we're all on it. We're all here. And I don't have to convince anybody because you guys are all here. It's the convincing that's hard for me. All right. Anyone else want to share about their practice, struggling with it, doing well, intermittently well, kind of give yourself a grade? Anyone want to share anything, problems, blockages, experiences that you've had?
For me, I really enjoy when we meet together and do the breath work, the expansion breath work. I never really realized the impact, and I enjoy it. It just, to really fully expand my lungs and really take that into account is just been really beneficial for me. I love it. I mean, I never really thought the impact that would make. I know everyone, I've heard of breath work for nervous regulation and to calm down, like calm your nervous system down. But I never really, really filling up my lungs and expanding my ribs. I've never really done that before, and I really enjoy it. It just, that's the one that really I keep pulling back to. It's just, just resonates really with my body. So that's been very helpful.
Not to put words in your mouth, but it raises your cellular vibration.
Yeah. I love it.
Healthier, more efficient. The whole body is healthier. The whole body. I want to share just kind of these little techniques are like little ladders that you can use to climb up for a couple of days and weeks and get to a higher level of understanding. I find that when I have like a reminder or I put on a bracelet, I want to remind myself, it works for about a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then I just forget about it. So these things are like little ladders. They're not the goal itself. It's not the whole point. It's just a point to get you to a little bit of a higher understanding. So I want to share with you one of the little ladders that I've been aware of over the past couple of days in regards, John, to what you were talking about breathing. It's called 170. Okay. So what you do, first of all, imagine, your body's like a paper bag. So take 100% breath. And then when you exhale, exhale only 30%. So exhale to 70% of capacity, breathe back into 100. Exhale to 50% capacity, breathe back into 100. Exhale to 30% capacity, breathe back to 100. Exhale to 0, breathe to 100. Exhale to 0, breathe to 100. And then you can do it to 70. You can do it again. I just do it one cycle like that. And it's kind of like a reset for me. Boy, if you do this a couple of times a day through the day. So anyway, it's 100. So like you're a paper bag, totally full breath. But on the exhale, don't fully exhale. Just exhale to about 70% and then do another full inhale. So just do a couple breaths like that.
Okay.
100, 170, 100, 100, 70, 100, 50, 100, 30, and then 100, 0, and 100, 0. And then you could start again, 170 or however you really want. So it's a lung expansion, deep breathing. Also, let's do it. Let's also think about it too. You want to be in control of your diaphragm. Again, diaphragmatic breathing is another one of those long-term habits that are really going to pay off for you as you age and get older. Or, it's just gonna really help you. Diaphragmatic breathing, lung expansion, deep breathing, full 100% breaths. These are long-term benefits that just keep compounding and getting better and better. So 100, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do one cycle. And I'm trying to feel it in my diaphragm. When I inhale to 100, I only want to use my diaphragm. And then I open my mouth and pull my ribs apart. And when I exhale, I only want to use my diaphragm. And then on the inhale, so try to make it isolate the diaphragm. It's just a mental note so that your mind is saying, oh, okay, let me do this little sequence. And just by finishing that sequence, you've hyperoxygenated for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Just doing that a few times a day. Obviously, you could do this for 20 minutes if you wanted to. Now, you mentioned, Liz, the Wim Hof. He's like very extreme, like total exhale. 100, 0, 100, 0, 100. It's like too aggressive for me personally. I get lightheaded. I don't want to do that. And then apparently, if you do this enough, and according to Wim Hof, if you do this enough, you hyperoxygenate like that and you completely eliminate all the carbon dioxide and hyperoxygenate and breathe. Then on the exhale, apparently you could hold your breath for 4 or 5 minutes and your body doesn't even need to breathe because it has been hyperoxygenated. And also, apparently, you get into some elevated consciousness state. I haven't experienced that, but as I say, for me, that path is a little too aggressive. Um, he wants to do 30, 100 zeros, 100, 0, 100, 0, 30 times. I would pass out. But this 170, 150, 130 makes you diaphragm 100, 0, 100, 0, 170, etc. That's a really nice sequence that's a little aggressive towards the end, but still you're kind of building yourself up to it. And again, do this 2, 3, 4 times a day, and all of a sudden your whole your cellular rate, your cellular vibration starts to go up because you're giving your cells more fuel, more oxygen, more chi or prana, for them to do their job. So everything becomes more efficient. Well, thank you. And everyone, well, thank you all for being here. That's what I wanted to share. Any last call for comments, questions? Our next meeting is going to be, for those of you that are interested in the parents workshop. Again, I don't know if anyone invited anybody, but we have links where you can invite people. Let me give you a link to where you can invite people to this meditation workshop in the future. Give me 1 second. You can invite people using this link. And all you're inviting them to is a meditation workshop. You're not inviting them to the collective or the 10th dimension or anything like that. I'm sorry, it didn't copy. Give me 1 more second. No, give me 5 more seconds. One more time. Here we are. You can use this link. Oof, man, that was not smooth. To invite people to the meditation workshop every Friday, 4 p.m. And you can check that link out yourself. It's just a registration link, but it describes the benefits of meditation and how, our approach to meditation. And if anybody wants to join, this is free and open to the public. And I intend to continue to make this free and open to the public. It certainly helps me to have this repetitive appointment on my calendar. Certainly helps me. And I'm sure it's helping you find an anchor, find some balance and alignment. The key to this whole inner world thing, the key to it all is to find alignment, to start to let go of things that are tense, dense, stressful, not healthy, and just sort of align. And what is it we're aligning with? We're aligning with the purest vibration of source that's within us. That's what we're aligning with. It's not a today thing. It's not a right now. It's just continual work on this alignment. And if you stop, and this is a really important thing, now that you have this meditation habit, hold on to it. It's just so easy to let it go. And once you let it go, you drift away from it, and you drift away from this whole inner world. You drift away from alignment. Make health, make alignment, balance, deep breathing, meditation. Make this at the center of your life. Make this the highest priority. And again, everyone goes in waves. Your life is great. It's going great. My life is chaotic, and my life is great. My life is chaotic. We all go in these, cycles, these life cycles. So while you're in a good cycle, build this habit really strong, because it's going to hold you through when your life starts to go into the disrupted and, chaotic and stressful phase. This habit, you'll be able to carry that through, and eventually you'll be able to rise and kind of keep rising and not keep dropping down to zero again, and your life is all chaotic and out of balance. Once you capture this balance, don't let it go. Hold on to it and try to, develop a calm, balanced wavelength in your life over a long period of time. This is the main thing that helped me, because I was always like, right now I'm doing this, I'm going to work really hard to understand it. I didn't grasp that these things don't work immediately. Every time we meditate, every time you do a deep breath, every time you do anything, every time you exercise, you're activating hidden forces, unseen forces that take time, that will watch and kind of respond to your rhythm. So once you start something once, these higher forces take note, but they don't believe you. You do it twice, they take note, but that's still not quite enough to get them to move. You do it 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 times, these higher forces will start to align with the new patterns that you're creating. You're activating unseen forces. every word, every intention, every thought, every habit, every action, every routine that you do activates these forces. And the more you are consistent and the more rhythm and balance and consistency that you create, the more these forces can enter and then begin to anchor within you. Excellent. Thank you so much. So the parents workshop, I'll be on at 8 o'clock tonight. Same thing. Just go to the circle, hit the live, or maybe you can pre-register for that one as well. And I'll see some of you there. Again, Sunday morning, we're taking a new take on Sunday morning at 10:30. We're doing more of the cycle of mind work, more of the subconscious reprogramming, habits and routines, a little bit more of the third and fourth dimensional work in terms of, shaping our routines, being self-reliant, being self-dependent and active. And we're doing that on Sunday mornings. And then, well, anyway, I'll see some of you tonight at the parents workshop. All my love, and appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate you guys plugging in. And it's good for all of us when you do that. All right, guys.
Thank you, Alan.
Yep. Thank you for being here. Thanks. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Everyone take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.